So while waiting for the Cole McGrath vs. Alex Mercer Death Battle video, I decided to list characters I would like to see enter the world of Death Battle. I'm doing this mainly because I'm tired of seeing Sonic characters Hulk or Deadpool. I do get it though, they have to appeal to normies for the views. Now obviously there's going to be a series that I didn't include because there's literally thousands of series, but here we go. Now Fumi from Rise of the Shield Hero versus Maple from Bofuri. That'd be a pretty solid matchup, both shield-based anime protagonists. I don't know why Death Battle hasn't had Archer in it yet. Surely there's a James Bond character that he could go against. Laharl, for those that you don't know, he's from the Disgaea franchise. He doesn't look like much, but he's actually planetary level at least. As in, there's an actual ending where he destroys the Earth in Disgaea 2. If not Laharl, they could add Zeta or Ball instead. Power Girl or She-Hulk? Not necessarily fighting each other, mainly because Power Girl has a ton of advantages over She-Hulk, but these are two contenders we haven't seen yet. Mr. Fantastic versus Elastigirl. Speaking of rubber characters, why haven't we seen Luffy in the series yet? The only reason I could think of is because they're waiting for the series to end. Good luck with that. Which, after looking it up, it appears that's actually the reason. They're gonna apparently have him against Naruto, so that'll be interesting if true. Meliodas, or any of the characters from the Seven Deadly Sins. Each main character is pretty OP, so it would be pretty kick-ass to see any of them in the series. More Darkstalker characters. We've had the Wolf character, John Talbane, but it'd be nice to see other characters like Morgan or Jeddah. You have a clever roster to choose from. XJ9. You could have her destroy Robot Boy or go against Cosmos from the Xenosaga universe. Yujiro from Baki, or any other character there for that matter. Anything from Venture Brothers universe, there's so many characters. Rick Sanchez, his power seems to always be different. In one episode he's owning the US president, in another episode he gets defeated by a giant Zeus, and in another he loses to a cybernetic bird. Actually, that happened in two different episodes. Luisa versus Maui. I actually did do some calculations, and from what I've seen, Luisa would be much stronger, obviously with her powers. Devilman from Dragon Ball versus Devilman from the anime. It's more of a funny thought than anything else, although Devilman from Dragon Ball has a powerful move against characters who have any amount of evil in them. Beetlejuice versus Danny Phantom. Black and White Ghost from the 80s, although more prominent in the 90s, versus Black and White Ghost from the 2000s. Livewire versus Static Shock. This one can happen in the actual DC universe. It seems like Static Shock would win based off of Livewire's defeat against Black Lightning and Young Justice. Maestro. Maestro is basically a Hulk with a beard that never reverts back to Banner and is in an apocalypse world. He basically witnessed humanity fail and is now a ruler, and apparently he can't die. While he is a Hulk, he's definitely a more interesting version than the classic. Either Talia al Ghul or Ra's al Ghul versus Lady Shiva. This one could be fun. It's actually something that DC Comics could do as well. Gojo versus Kakashi. This one I believe will happen eventually. It's literally two anime senseis against each other. I did compare feats, and while I'm much more of a Naruto fan, I say Gojo wins. If it ever comes to be, and I believe it will, I'll elaborate further. Record of Ragnarok is another series with a bunch of interesting characters like Adam. Then there's obviously Jujutsu Kaisen and Hunter x Hunter. Quite interesting, we've had over a decade and we still have a lot of franchises we just haven't seen yet.